Welcome to Entrepreneurs International Network, where entrepreneurs learn, network, and grow. I'm Roger Killen, the organizer. Today, Wendi Hatton is going to help you boost your sales by leveraging LinkedIn. But first, let's get to know Wendi at a personal level. Wendi, I got 3 challenging questions for you. Number 1, what item on your bucket list excites you the most?
Well, that's an interesting question. I think what really excites me the most is back like 20, 25 years ago, I was listening to a Tony Robbins training. I think it was Awaken the Giant Within. I think it was that one when the cassettes back in the day. So that was a very enlightening program that he taught, and he recorded it while he was in Fiji. And he would always describe everything going on, what it looked like out there, what the people were like, and I just was thinking, I want to go there. So that is on my bucket list for sure.
All right, Fiji, here we come. Question number 2, what was the biggest challenge you have ever had to overcome?
Well, the biggest challenge was back in 1988. I had an unfortunate miscarriage when I was at 4.5 months pregnant, and I was in the Navy band. I'm a musician, and at the time, there were no cell phones, no internet, no social media or anything. So, but I did get so much support from letters, calls, hugs, food. It was just an amazing experience because I had never experienced that kind of thing in my life. And so I had never had that type of support. So I overcame that by just knowing that I could just call on anyone. Even the hospital even offered grief counseling, and I declined it because I had enough support. So that's what I feel like was the biggest thing that I was able to overcome as far as a challenge.
Great. I'm sorry that had to happen, but
Me
it's
too.
good to know that people are out there with your back. And the final question is this, what is your superpower?
My superpower, actually, I think is that is as a result of what happened to me before, is I'm a connector. And when I speak with anybody, with any entrepreneurs, get together for a Zoom meet or anything, the first thing I think of is who can I connect this person with? Because it roots back to, people were connecting to me and making me, supporting me. So I want other people to feel that same way in the entrepreneurial space. So I think being a connector is my superpower.
Great. And a superpower it is too. Well done.
Oh,
Okay, a few messages for participants. If at all possible, would you please come on camera? Wendi gets her energy from you, and there's precious little energy to be had from a black square with a name in the middle of it. So if you can come on camera and react, that would, on behalf of Wendi, allow me to assure you that that is going to make her workshop much more engaging. Number 2, please stay muted, and any questions you've got, type them into the chat. At about every 10 minutes, I will ask Wendi for permission to pose your questions to her. Just know that by the end of her workshop, you're going to have your question answered. Now, this workshop is being recorded, and you're going to be sent a link to the recording. It'll likely be tomorrow. So Wendi, are you ready now to knock our socks off?
I am ready.
And take it away. I'm going to on spotlight me,
Okay.
remove spotlight.
I
And
can share my screen now, right?
yep, the show is now totally yours.
All right. Okay, this is the title of our workshop, Boost Your Sales by Leveraging LinkedIn. So we're going to be going through a few slides, and I'm going to show you my methodology around LinkedIn, and then I'm going to go over to the platform. And if you happen to, if you want to be on your LinkedIn account in another tab, if you want, because I'm going to be showing you a few things that you can do immediately to help improve your whole LinkedIn experience. So the first thing I'm going to do is find out, just hearing from everyone who spoke before, I have kind of an idea, but I would like to know what your level of experience is on LinkedIn and put a 0 in the chat if you don't have a LinkedIn account, but you know you need one. And I'm going to pull up the chat. Let's see if anybody. Okay, that's good. I don't see anyone. All right, then put a 1 in the chat if you have an account, but you don't really do anything with it. Okay. All right. All right. So put a 2 in the chat if, let's see, if you log in a few times, but you're just kind of not doing that much in it. You're sort of kind of like looking around and not really doing anything active in it. Okay, put a 3 in the chat if you use LinkedIn and you're getting some clients from it, but you just need a strategy on how to improve your experience, and you just want to learn more. Okay. And then finally, you use LinkedIn, you log in every day, you've gotten some clients from it, but you just want to learn some more about it. There's certain things that people don't really know about yet, but you're going to know about some of the things today. All right, we've got a 4 there. Excellent. Got a few more 4s. Good, excellent. Okay, cool. That gives me an idea of where we are. And what I'm going to do is first tell you a little bit about me. This is my business. It's called Linked Prosperity LLC. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 30 years. Let's see, I need to move this little chat out of the way so I can read it. I've been a heart-based sales coach since 2014. In the last few years, I'm not able to move the little chat box for some reason. Hold on one second. It won't undo. There we go. Oh, okay. I need to reshare again because the little chat box was right in the way. Okay, hold on again. All right, let's go back to this. We did this. Here we go. All right, Linked Prosperity entrepreneur for almost 30 years, heart-based sales coach since 2014. In the last few years, I've grown my LinkedIn network of over 8,500 targeted connections. I've worked with hundreds of coaches and entrepreneurs to help them grow their businesses to 10K months while leveraging LinkedIn authentically. I've spoken on dozens of virtual stages, teaching my proprietary methodology, the Max Value Formula. And a fun fact, I'm a professional clarinetist, like I mentioned, and retired from the U.S. Navy Band in Washington, D.C. So let's move on from here. I wanted to show you a little bit about the 2 locations in the U.S. that LinkedIn has. One, this is the newest one in San Francisco, just to give you the multitude of how much, how huge this company is. All of these, I just found these beautiful photos, online, and I would love to, maybe this could be another bucket list on my bucket list to visit this one or this one at the New York State, Empire State Building. It's actually in the Empire State Building. So that one's closer to me, so I'll probably end up going to that one first, but it's beautiful, beautiful locations. Now, just a little history of LinkedIn, just to give you an idea. LinkedIn started in 2003, and the whole purpose was as far as a job searching or employee searching platform. And that was the main purpose when LinkedIn started. But then in 2006, that's when the profiles were added. That's when the entrepreneurs had this huge opportunity to showcase themselves, their brand, their message on this, because the profile is just so immense, and you're able to, just tell every asset of your company, your business, your personality, and actually speak exactly and right to the person that you want to be reading that particular profile. Then in 2016, Microsoft bought it for $26 billion, and that's when everything just exploded. They added all of these features. Everything that you see right now is because of Microsoft's.
Just like, take that light off my face.
Uh-oh, somebody's not muted. Because of Microsoft, all the different features and things and everything that they're doing right now with LinkedIn, Microsoft has something definitely to do with it. And then right down, and this year, we're close to 800 million LinkedIn members, and with 3 signups every second. Now that is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Okay, so just a little history about LinkedIn. Now I'm going to show you the 4 biggest mistakes that I believe that entrepreneurs are making on LinkedIn. The first one is they don't use it, even though anyone on the web can see their profile. Not everyone realizes this, but LinkedIn has what you call a public profile, where whatever you have on in your account on your profile can actually be seen by everyone on the internet because of this public profile. If somebody is looking to hire you and they Google your name, there's some kind of a partnership between Google and LinkedIn, because anytime that you Google your name, the LinkedIn link, you've probably seen it before, comes up very high up on the search. So in the case of when somebody's checking you out and before they spend thousands of dollars with you, they're going to Google your name and just see what's going on with you. But if they go to your LinkedIn account and your profile is not representative of what you're doing, not complete, and just doesn't represent your brand or your message, then that's a lost opportunity for you. I was talking to a coach a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her if she was on LinkedIn, and she said, "Yeah, I just don't think LinkedIn is the platform for me. I just really don't like it. I don't get it. I don't know how to use it." And so I said, "Okay, that's fine." So then I Googled her name, and I saw the LinkedIn link high up. I clicked on it, and there was nothing on her profile. It was totally empty. She had no photo, nothing really. And so I went back. It was obvious that she just opened up an account and didn't do anything with it. So I went back to tell her that, I just went and Googled your name, and the link was right up there at the top, and I clicked on it, and your profile was showing there. It had nothing there, and she was mortified. She had no idea that could happen. That anybody, even if they're not on LinkedIn, can see your profile. So that's, if anything, that is the number one reason why you want to make sure your profile is up to date. Everything is representative of what you're currently doing. Like if you have a job, a career that you had, and your LinkedIn profile was representative of that, but then you switched over to a business, like if you became a coach or something, you want to make sure that you're updating it exactly as far as what you're doing at the current time. Okay, so that's the first mistake. Next one is their connections aren't aligned with what they do. Now, I'm going to show you later when I get onto the profile, onto the platform, how to figure out if your people are aligned to what you're actually doing. Because in the algorithm with LinkedIn, if you're posting posts or content and on LinkedIn, and the people that are in your network, if they are not aligned with what you're doing, if they don't resonate with it, like if you have other people, friends, cousins that have no interest in what it is that you're doing, if you have a big percentage of those types of people, and then you're posting your content, then you won't get very much engagement on your posts, because they don't resonate with it. So when that happens, then LinkedIn is going to think, oh, this is either not good content, or it's irrelevant. So we're not going to show it to anybody. So the biggest thing to make sure is when you build your connections, that they're all 95% of them are all either potential clients or potential collaboration partners. And I'm going to show you how to fix that later on today when I get to the profile. All right, next one. They don't have many connections. So the more connections that you have, the better, because like Roger was talking about, everybody has, let's say, 100 people that they know. But if you only have like 50 or 60 connections, That is a lot smaller than if you had 1,000, 500 to 1,000 people. That just expands your whole network when you have other connections that, first connections have first connections that aren't your first connections yet, but you can always be introduced, or you have a potential of having a huge amount of connections when you have a lot of first connections because of their first connections that are your second connections currently can potentially be your first connections. So, and then the fourth one, they consider LinkedIn as a platform to sell their services. What LinkedIn is actually supposed to be, it's supposed to be a platform for building relationships. There's no selling happening on LinkedIn, or at least there shouldn't be. How many of you have noticed, like when people connect, request to connect with you, and then you connect, and then all of a sudden they just start in on you with, buying my stuff without even getting to know you or building a relationship. And they may not have even looked at your profile. Sometimes people say, oh, in the little invite message, sometimes people say, oh, I loved your profile. I just really resonated with it. But then when you look over in the area where you can see how many people or who has actually been to your profile, and you don't see that person, then they were just saying that. They were just going by your headline, I guess, because when you do the search, you can see people's headlines on a page. So they probably are just basing it on that and didn't actually go to the profile to look at it. So that's another big mistake. Okay, next thing.
Wendi, have you time for 3 questions?
Sure.
Question from Heather. Would love to hear who LinkedIn is for and who it isn't for.
Oh, who LinkedIn is for and who it is not for. That's a good question. Actually, I believe it's all for entrepreneurs, because even if you think that your potential clients are not on LinkedIn, your collaboration partners are there. So if that's what you can actually work on, is connecting with potential collaboration partners, and there's a way to make sure that they're the right person. Then I'm going to show you a little bit about that right now. So I would say all entrepreneurs are it's LinkedIn is for that. You just have to know how to work it, and there has to be a strategy, a methodology I developed, and I'm going to show you real quick what that's about. So it keeps you on track on knowing what to do when, and just the whole purpose, the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing, helps you create your LinkedIn experience much better, because you know what it is that you're up to, and then you can make your profile speak to that. So,
Question from Peter. I get so many LinkedIn invites from people I don't know or see any connection with. As a result, I am connected with lots of people I don't know, and now often just ignore invites that aren't people I see a strong potential connection with or know how to recommend to others. Under what circumstances do you recommend and not recommend accepting an invitation?
So that's a very good question too. Most people that do reach out to you, you don't really know them. So what you do is you check them out. You go to their profile. There's so many people have these automated tools that go to profiles, and LinkedIn can tell, and they really frown against people using automated tools. So you have to actually manually go to these profiles, or if you have an assistant that can help you that knows exactly who your target market is, you can go to the profiles, and the biggest thing that you want to find on the profile is a commonality between you and the person. Let's say you went to the same school, and or you had some kind of, you went to had the same workplace, or you're from the same town, something that is the same. And so when you reach out to these people, or when they reach out to you, you can check out and see if there are any commonalities between the two of you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then I would just decline it or ignore it. I think you just press the ignore button. And I can show you how to kind of get rid of or disconnect from those people that you have on your network as your first connections, so that you won't have them anymore.
Walter,
Oh,
Walter wants to know, how can you get rid of old job connections?
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to show you as soon as I get onto the platform. I'll
No
show you
further
exactly.
questions?
Okay, no further questions. Okay, so real fast, this is what I've developed, the max value formula. And as you can see, the word value is an acronym, and each letter represents some way to leverage LinkedIn in a positive way. Okay, so the V stands for vision and clarity. Vision, as far as you know, whatever your vision is, what is your why? What is your purpose? Why do you do what you are doing? That has to be very clear, and that's the clarity piece. What is your specialty? A lot of people, especially a lot of coaches, sort of want to help everyone with everything. And in the marketing aspect, and I'm sure many of you know, you really have to niche down so that you can stand out from the crowd, because so many people do exactly what you do. You have to have something unique about yourself, so you have to figure that out, and that's how you can reflect that on your profile. The A stands for abundant visibility. That's the profile and your content that you're posting. And I'm going to show you about how to make sure that the people that are in your network are going to resonate with what you post. So that's abundant visibility. The L stands for leverage collaboration with authentic relationships. And so that's one of the big things that I teach about LinkedIn is it's an authentic relationship building platform. And so many people are not that way on LinkedIn. And so I, along with several other people, are trying to help change the culture of LinkedIn to get the salesy, promotionally aspect out of it, just to make it a networking, authentic relationship building platform. So that is, and also the collaboration piece is going to really help you move forward because, as Roger says, you only know a certain number of people. When you collaborate with other people that are like-minded to you, have similar audiences and values, then you're gonna do well. And so this is the POI rule. And you're probably wondering, what does POI stand for? Person of influence. And what that means is they have the same type of audience as yours. They're like-minded, similar values, morals, and goals, and they want to make an impact in others' lives. So if all of those different criteria will make for a lasting collaborative relationship, and you'll do well on LinkedIn that way. Okay, the U in the word value stands for unlimited opportunities. It's unbelievable how many opportunities that are available for you on LinkedIn. You just have to know how to pursue them. They don't just drop on your lap. You do have to pursue them. And that whole search bar in the LinkedIn profile, that's going to be gold for you. A lot of you, when you were talking about what you needed to know about LinkedIn, as far as how to connect with certain people, that search bar is where you're going to be going a lot. And I'm going to show you a way that you can really zero in on the type of people that you can attract. Assets and opportunities. So all the opportunities can either be your assets or someone else's opportunities. Like, for instance, Roger, this platform is his asset, and this is my opportunity to speak to you all. So what you need to do is just figure out what kinds of opportunities you want to pursue, what kinds of assets you want to develop and create, kind of a Facebook or LinkedIn group or some type of, or podcast, something that is going to allow other people to have an opportunity with you. And so it's just endless that the whole possibility of these assets and opportunities is just unlimited. And then E is expand your reach. This is related to collaborations. When you want to turn it into having more than just one collaboration partner, you can have multiple numbers, and it just expands your reach infinitely. It's just amazing how much you can do that, just depending on what you want to do. If you would just want to have one or two collaboration partners, that is fine too. But you can also have teams that work together, working for the same goal. All right, so this is it all in one slide. If you want to take a look at it, take a screenshot if you want. So this is just a whole perspective on how to work your magic on LinkedIn, and making sure that it's not salesy, manipulative. It's an authentic relationship building platform. All right, now, so does everybody have their cell phones with them? I'm going to go to the platform right now. I'm going to go to my profile and show you how to put a little feature. It's a little 10-second introduction with your voice next to your profile photo. And you can only do it from your phone. So what I'm going to do is stop the share and then share my profile. Okay, so see this little horn right here? People can come to your profile and they can listen to some kind of introduction from you. 10 seconds. Mainly it's if you have a name that is hard to pronounce to people, then you can just pronounce your name there so people will know how to pronounce it. So I'll play you mine, to see if you can hear it. Hello, Wendy Hatton here. Thanks for dropping by. Take a look at my profile, and I look forward to connecting. Okay, so just as simple as that, they hear your voice, they hear your personality, they hear you announce your name. So it's a really great feature. And the way that you can do it is on your phone. If you have your phone right now, and pull up the LinkedIn app and go to your profile, and you'll see up in the upper left corner, you'll see your photo, and view profile, just go there. So once you're on your profile, you see the little pencil to the right, to the far right of your profile, of your photo. Click on that, and then scroll down just halfway down, and you will see a place that says your audio recording. So if you don't have one right now, you just click on that, and then it gives you Hello, Wendy Hatton here. Oops, it just played it just played mine. But just click on that, and then you can record your little statement on there, welcoming people to your profile, and pronouncing your name, and then you can actually redo it if you don't like it. So that's how you do it. You can only do it on your phone, and it's a really great feature just to help people know exactly who you are. And they just recently installed a way to have a video of you on your profile headshot. I haven't done that yet, and I have to learn how to do it, but wouldn't that be awesome? When people come to your profile and you've got your little audio introduction, and you've got a little video to replace your not to replace, but they click on it, and then this video goes on about you talking to the person about you, your services, and that kind of thing. However, I do want to explain that the profile basically is more about the person that you want to work with. It speaks to them more than about you, except until you get down to the experience section and then down. But the top portion should all resonate with the person coming to read your profile. And the about section, I want to tell you real quick, is something that a lot of people haven't learned, and I'm really grateful that I learned this because it makes so much sense. The about section doesn't mean it's about you, but it's about the person that's reading the about section. And this old marketing strategy works really well on it. There are 4 components to it. The first one, it addresses the problem that the person has that they don't want. In my case, it's you struggle with attracting and enrolling premium clients here on LinkedIn, and you get a couple of sentences about that. The second one addresses the result that they want that they don't have. So it's time to make it your mission to be the influencer, da da da. So you get them feeling inspired. Yes, that's what I really want. The third component is sort of telling them about you, proving that you can help them get to that result that they want. And so in my case, I speak a little bit about what do I do. I talk about my methodology a little bit. And then the fourth component is the call to action. It has to be related to what you've been talking about above that. So in this case, I'm offering my 6-figure LinkedIn success system, which is an ebook that walks people through how to get through LinkedIn, which actually I can offer that to you all. I have something else I'm going to offer at the end, but if you wanted to go to my LinkedIn profile and then copy and paste this, unfortunately, you can't put any links in the about section. They can't click on it, so you just instruct them to copy and paste it to their browser. So if you have an email system, email marketing system where they can go here and then they'll be on your list and you can nurture them and send them occasional educational emails. And so that's sort of how you start this particular funnel. The people that you write to are really resonating with what you're talking about. So they will most likely want to learn more from you. So they most likely will go here and see what else you've got and read your content and find out. Some people like to put their email address here too, but I don't put that there because it's better to, I feel like it's better to have some more content that they can actually read on their own. It's sort of a low resistance in terms of, let's say somebody put their phone number down there. Who's going to call somebody up that they don't know, that they just happen to drop on their profile, and that there's this phone number there? The first thought they're going to think is, oh, they're going to try to sell me something. So they're going to just leave probably. So if you have some sort of piece of information that you can have them go to, the best way would be if you can have them put them on an email list and be able to nurture them that way. That's the best way that you can start this sales funnel, they call it, through LinkedIn. Okay, so there's one other thing I want to show you about. Let me see how we are with time. Okay, we're good. So the thing that you want to do, what I was mentioning before in terms of the algorithm and making sure your connections are aligned with what you're currently doing, so that people who aren't aligned with it don't engage and LinkedIn thinks it's not good content. So you want to make sure, you want to find out who exactly are the people that are on your list. So what you want to do, I don't know if you know this, but LinkedIn allows you to download your connections. They give you a spreadsheet that has all the connections that you have on a spreadsheet. It lists their title. It lists several things. It used to list their email address, but they stopped doing that because people started spamming people. So unfortunately, they don't include the email, but it's still really good to have their name. So what you do, you go to this little place here where your picture is, and you go to settings and privacy. And I already have it pulled up here, setting and privacy. So make sure you go to how LinkedIn uses your data. Can you see this? Can you still see this?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you go how LinkedIn uses your data, and then you go here, get a copy of your data. And so what you do, you click on that, and this pops down. So you can download a lot of things, but in this case, we're going to click connections and request archive. And you have to put in your passcode and done. So then you wait 10, 15 minutes, and then LinkedIn is going to send you an email saying your connections list or spreadsheet is ready. Come back to, they give you a button and it takes you back to this page, and it'll be ready to download right here. I think it says download here. So you'll have a spreadsheet with every single connection that you have on LinkedIn and the date that you connected. So that is really valuable as well. So you can, and they list them from the most recently connected all the way down to the very first person you're connected. Now, if you don't have too many connections right now, it'll be easier for you to do this next step that I'm going to show you about. So once you get the spreadsheet, then you go through all the names and you highlight each name that you don't feel like is aligned with what you're doing right now. Let's say if there are people that you have from a previous job that are not going to align with what you're doing right now, you highlight those people. Now, this is going to take a little bit of time, especially if you have a lot of people. So you can bunch it up into daily, like 10 people, 10 to 20 people a day. You can, after you highlight them, then you go to their profile. Well, let me show you. And then you just disconnect with them. LinkedIn doesn't tell them that you just disconnected them. The only way they would know you is if they actually went to your profile and saw that you were second connections again. But the way you can do that is go to My Network right here. And whoever the person is that you want to disconnect with, you just go to the right side of where they are. This is a little bit on the slow. So yeah, it's taking a little bit of time. But what you do, you go to the person. Okay, so you can search their name if you don't know exactly where they are. You search their name, and the person comes up. You go to these three little dots right here, and there it is, remove connection. And it's really quick when you have your spreadsheet right next to them, right next to you with highlighted names. You just go put the name, it comes up, click there, press connection. You could also go to their profile to disconnect, but that takes a little bit longer to do. This is much quicker. So those are a couple of tips I wanted to make sure that you knew about that. So then you might end up like I had a client who had probably 100 people on her as far as her connections, and she switched over to becoming a coach. So most of them, all but probably 10 people, were not aligned. So she had a quick, she was able to do it in a day just to go and do that. Another client I had, it took a little bit more time because she had a lot more. She had a couple thousand people. So it would take a little bit of time to do that. If you wanted somebody to help you to do that, that would be fine. But it's really worth it to have 90 to 95% of the people on your connection list to be related and relative to what you're doing, relevant to what you're doing, so that you'll most likely or more likely get people to engage with you. You can also put together what they call pods. And so you just think of 4 or 5 people, 4 or 5 friends or colleagues that do the same thing as you or similar, and you get together and you create a pod, which means you go to your the messenger right here, and you can create groups. You press this little pencil right here, and then you just put the names of the people that you want to have in this particular pod, and then you can just message each other, and only those people will get those messages. And then so what the arrangement is, you think of 2 days that you want to have everyone post something, like say a Tuesday or Thursday. So I'm part of one that does Tuesday and Thursday. So everybody posts at a particular time on those 2 days, and then everyone else on the pod. The agreement is everyone posts, and then everyone responds and comments on everyone else's posts. And what they do is you just copy and paste the link of your post in here, so that they just have it right there and they don't have to go searching around for it. And so they just click on it and then just immediately comment. And so the algorithm, when they're going to see you have all these comments and things on your LinkedIn posts, so they are going to start showing your posts to more people. That the algorithm is definitely something that is a beast. You have to know how to manage it, that's for sure.
Wendi, are you open to a couple of questions?
Sure. Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Jason says some people on LinkedIn require a premium account to contact them. Do you have a premium account to contact the people you're looking to contact?
I personally do have a premium account. However, you don't have to have a premium account to reach out to people. Even with a free account, you can use what they call an in-mail. So you get 15 per month. But you can actually do it once if you feel like you want to connect with the person. The little space that LinkedIn actually suggests that you write a little note when you request connection, and so right in that note you can just write a little note in there, and that doesn't count as a like an in mail credit that you get. So does everyone know how to connect, technically how to connect on the platform? Because I can show you if anyone isn't familiar with how to reach out and connect.
Wendi, let's hold on to that because we've got a bunch more questions.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and next question, which type of membership is best for business owners?
As far as premium,
The question from Samira is what type of membership is best for business owners?
What type of membership? I would say
premium or non-premium.
If you're just starting, free. They give you so much as with the free account. It's when you start doing a lot of searches that's the big difference. If you have a lot of searching that you're going to be doing, LinkedIn limits you to a certain number of searches when you have a free account per month. But if you're not doing as many, I would say stay with the free account until you start getting these notes from LinkedIn saying you've reached your limit. You can start again next month. When you start getting more of those, that's your cue that it's time to start looking at a premium account if you feel like you need more to do more searching.
Okay. Comment on adding a story into the about section, your story into the about section.
That could be, if you do, make it small, like a succinct in that third component that I was mentioning. If you'd prefer to do that, rather than sharing some kind of methodology or something like I have, you can, and if it is relevant, something that somebody will really, your target market will very much resonate with, I would say to go ahead and do it, but not like 10%, because most of it is supposed to be about them. And maybe 10% of it about you. So if your story, if you can shorten it to, a paragraph, maybe a two or three line paragraph, that would be fine to do.
Shock wants to know, how do I find the correct link to my LinkedIn profile? And you might want to take this opportunity to talk about custom LinkedIn URLs.
Sure. I can do that right now. Are there any other questions?
Yes, there are, but why don't you deal with that one right now?
Okay. Okay, so you go to your profile. Let's see. I don't know if anyone else has their profiles up, but it's taking a look. But what you do over in the right upper corner, here we go. Right here, edit public profile and URL. So you click on that. And this is the public profile that anyone on the internet can see. You can make settings on them as far as how much visibility you want to be. But of course, if you want to be visible, if you want people to find you, I would say to put everything, as visible. So right here is where, if you haven't customized it yet, it'll have a bunch of numbers in this space right here. So you just click on the pencil here and just put either your name or something that is much more attractive and professional looking. So you'll be able to put it on your business cards or different places, and it won't be a string of random letters and numbers coming down here. So that's how that works.
Okay. Next question. How do I have a business and personal LinkedIn account. Should I post on both or just post on the personal account to attract connections?
When you say business account, do you mean company page? Because LinkedIn doesn't necessarily.
Jason, do you want to come on audio and explain your question?
Yeah, I have one for Body Express Wellness Solutions and one for myself. One's like kind of branding my business, and the other one's just a personal one that I have for my own self. But I started with a personal one, and then I put a Body Express Wellness Solutions one.
Right. Yes, you can do that. And then if you make posts, or even if you comment on anybody else's posts, it's LinkedIn is going to allow you to either make that your own post, like your comment can turn into your own post. But then if you do post something, it also gives you the opportunity to make it to post in that in your on your company page if it's relevant to what you're doing. So you have it on your personal account profile, and then you also have it on your company page at the same time, if that's what you would like to end up doing. Was that what your question was related to?
Yeah, and when you attract new people to your pages, which one do you want them sent them to? The connection,
Oh,
personal or business?
oh, personal for sure, because
Personal.
they need to get to know you as a person, and so that would be the first place that they would go.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Walter, what if you have a couple of businesses on LinkedIn? Will LinkedIn recognize this?
That is a big question. Unfortunately, LinkedIn doesn't allow you to have more than one profile, one account. So, in order to get around it, you can create, it's like someone I know actually did create two company pages when they had two businesses. But in terms of the profile, you have to figure out what you want to um, talk about and display up at the very top. Um, your headline and everything needs to reflect one business. And then if you have both of your businesses are just as important, you can, in the about section, you can have some kind of a language that speaks to both of your businesses, and how they relate to each other, or in a way that they know that you have two things happening. Um, it's hard when you have two businesses. I have my music business is talked about further down because I'm not actually promoting it on LinkedIn. But if people who are promoting both of their businesses, it's a little tough. So you have to make a decision on which one you want to represent and reflect up on the top of the banner, the headline. That whole top section is when somebody's going to come and look at it. And so if you have a business up, if you have two businesses, they may not resonate as much because they might not resonate with the other business. So like try to decide which one you want to be the prominent one in terms of your profile.
Next question from Candy. What did you call it when the group does the Tuesday and Thursday?
Oh, a pod, Pod.
Charles asks, what CRM do you use in conjunction with LinkedIn? He uses HubSpot and would like to create a dedicated workflow for specific verticals, for example, interior designers.
Oh, so you want to know what type of CRMs would be good?
His question is, what CRM do you use in conjunction with LinkedIn?
I use it's called Keep. It's sort of a division of Infusionsoft. So when people copy and paste that link into the browser and they get my landing page, it goes through Keep, Keap, and that's how those names are gathered and compiled, and then you can just send emails to them.
How do I change the number of tags in the very top?
The number of what?
Tags, Tags.
Oh, the number of tags in the very top.
The number tags.
So on your website, on your LinkedIn profile, it has what you do at the top, and now it says talks about, and there's tags in there, and I didn't put those in, and mine are repetitive. So I'm like, I don't know how to change that, or if you can.
Oh, so you're talking about these. Oops, wait, this is still the public profile. So you're talking about the hashtags, like what you talk about. And so you're wondering how to change them, you said? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I didn't notice them before, and I just all of a sudden noticed them, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
There is a way that you can, let me see if we can get back to the profile here. You must have the creator mode on. I hadn't mentioned the creator mode yet. When its default is off. So you have to manually actually turn it on, and that's what allows you to get LinkedIn Live, newsletters. Let's see. You're talking about these, right? Okay, let me
Yes.
see. Download it a little bit more. You can edit them. So let me see. If this will only load. Here we go. So right here, creator mode, you should be able to click on that. Okay, can you see the window that popped up? It gives you an opportunity to change. Can you see this? These are the 5 topics that I talk about that I use. So you can change them. Like you can turn it off or erase this or delete them and put a new one in if you want to. Is that what you're referring to? Like,
Yes, thank you.
Yes, so you can see this window, right? So, so LinkedIn Live available, newsletters available, and then you can just like erase them or take them out and just replace them, whatever it is that you want to do. You said that they were just automatically there when you saw them?
Yeah, I never noticed them before.
Oh, huh.
Hey, I'm going to move on. We don't have time to dwell on this. Question from Charles: if he changes his LinkedIn URL now, will the old link still work?
That's a good question. I guess you'll have to test it. I've never tested that, but I don't know why you would want to use the old one, but sure. Yeah, probably you can test that and see if it does.
Diane asks, I can see that Wendi is a professional clarinetist. Does she also have an LI page for music profession?
I don't, because I'm not really promoting it. Even I don't really need to. I've been a musician for decades, and I'm actually have other ways of getting students or jobs, or I'm in a symphony, and I don't feel like I need to promote it. So I do talk about it too, just as it's a conversation piece for when people come to my profile, and it's just about me. It's everything that I am. So it has to be. Let's see, right here. That's the first mention of it right here. So people will need to come down here to find out about it. So if I wanted to, I could create a company page around that, but I chose not to.
Ashok asks, I have 2 LinkedIn accounts connected to 2 different email addresses. How do I merge connections them into one and then delete the non-active profile?
Oh gosh. So
if this is too complicated, don't deal with it. Ashok, just reach out directly to Wendi.
Actually, it's just a customer service thing. That's a LinkedIn customer service issue. So you just know how to find them. There's a place to find the customer service. But yeah, you can reach out to me and I can help you find that. It's not easy, and LinkedIn's doesn't have the best customer service, unfortunately. They take forever to get back to you, but they do finally after a few weeks. So
thank you. Mike has just advised that he changed his URL and the old one still works so far. Question from Marco: what is creator access?
Creator mode? Okay, creator mode is if you want to have people follow you. So have you noticed when you go to some people's profile and it says follow on the instead of connect? Those are the people who have this on, the creator mode on. And I'm glad you asked this, because I should have explained this as well. If you go to somebody's profile and it says follow here, but you want to connect with them, because you can't really have a conversation with them if you're not connected with them. You can follow them and see their posts and everything, but you can't have a build relationship with them. So you go to the more button. This won't show up because I'm at my own profile. You click on the more button and there'll be a drop down menu, and one of the options is connect. So you just click on that, and then the person gets sent a connection request. So that's why, you know, people who have a very small network of connections probably shouldn't turn this on right away, because most people don't know how to connect with someone. When they see follow, they'll click follow and they think that they're connected to them, but they're not really connected to them. So people aren't going to be connecting with you if you've got a follow button right there. So if you're pretty new and don't have that many connections, I want to build your connections, leave this off so that people will see connect here, and then they'll know exactly how to connect with you, and then you can build your network. Then you can do the follow after that.
Thanks. Wendi, no further questions, and you have 5 minutes left.
I have 5 minutes left. So yes, so LinkedIn basically is a platform for you to showcase your expertise and your personality. People need to know who you are and how you operate, and to see if they resonate with you. Because so many people do exactly the same thing that you do, and it's, as someone mentioned earlier today, that it's really noisy, and you have to be able to stand out and be unique and have some kind of some kind of methodology that you want to put together, or something that no one else has, or something that people will remember you by. And LinkedIn is a great place to be able to do that because of the profile and because of how you can connect with people, and form these relationships. So that's my biggest message, is to just make sure it's a platform for you. The whole purpose is to build these relationships so that you can have these collaborations, and they can refer people to you, and you can get clients that way, because they know, like, and trust you because of the personality, and you're not spamming them or being salesy or manipulative or anything like that. So that's my biggest message for LinkedIn. Looks like they're good. We made it 5 minutes before.
Well, don't you have a gift that you'd like to give everyone?
Oh, that's right. Okay. I have an event coming up on May 16th to the 20th, and it's called Collaborate to Cash Blueprint. And it's all about how to leverage LinkedIn in terms of collaboration. And we go through the max leads or max value formula. And I have these exercises that you do each day. It's a Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern to 2:30 to or 40. It's depending on the day. I do a little training. We go through a little bit through LinkedIn, and I have an action step for each one. I have giveaways, a grand prize, and it's really a fun way to learn more about LinkedIn and the collaboration piece of it. And then you'll get to meet other people and maybe collaborate with them as well. So the link Roger's going to put in the chat is collaboratetocashblueprint.com. And it'll be great to have you just sign up, and we start on the 16th of May. And if you're listening to the replay, I'll be doing this again. So you'll just click on that, go to that website, and you'll be able to see the next time that we'll be doing it. Thank you.
That's now typed into the chat. If you want to register for that right away, just click on the HTTPS in the chat. Okay. Yes. We have come in 1 minute under the hour. Well done, Wendi. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wendi, do you have a last word for us? I
really hope that I helped you all, do some kind of action on what you learned today. I hope you'll be able to download your connections and get that all cleaned up, and make sure that all the people that are connected to you are aligned with you and are going to resonate with you and respond to you and want to hopefully work with you. So that's my biggest thing. I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that basic foundation, just to get the connections dialed in and knowing basically what the profile is all about. So beautiful. I feel like I did that.
Beautiful. And I don't know if you can see the chat, but people are expressing their love and admiration and appreciation for your words of wisdom. There you go. So,
Thank you.
Wendi, on behalf of EIN, 75,000 people, only 40 of whom are with us live, but the others are waiting for your video. I thank you hugely. LinkedIn is a powerful tool for solopreneurs. It levels the playing field with big companies who have got much more resources. So thank you for giving us access to this tool, for making it possible, for explaining it in your warm, friendly, lovable way. Thank you hugely.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you inviting me, and I really appreciate everyone who showed up. And as I hope that everyone got a lot out of it. And it looks like from the chat, look, they did.